morning. My name is Andrew Bainter, and I will be giving my presentation about Lovable in my project. Okay, so to start things off, I would like to talk about what Lovable actually is. So, Lovable is an AI coding partner where you can prompt it similar to how you would prompt anything like ChatGPT, um, and it will give you the code and the output that you want, right? So it's very easy to use. All you do is you start by going to the website, just type in Lovable, and then you will scroll down to the first link here, and then you start prompting, right? And I'm already signed in. So for this example, I would like to, let's say you want to create a simple make me a game of tic-tac-toe. So what it's now going to do is it's going to process that request, and it's going to start making me a website where I can play tic-tac-toe. And then once all of these steps are done, right, it'll start showing them over here. It's going to give you this game, and then the game you can play endlessly. It doesn't expire. Start to spin out all this. As you can see, it's picking colors. You can change all these, right? So these are just like the baseline that it chose, but you can always go by and change them yourselves. So now we would just wait for this to be done, and after this I'll show you my project. It's a bit more complicated than just this, but I wanted to get a good baseline of just how to work the actual program here first. So let's give it a minute here. It's almost done. And then, like I said, I'll showcase how you can prompt it to change details in my personal project. But I think this is a good starting point. I wanted to showcase how it works as a baseline. See, it's even prompting you over here what are some good next steps here, as it boots the actual game. Keep track of score, right? I don't even have to tell it to do that, and it did it. So for instance, let's just say that I'm playing with one of my friends, and they do here, and I go here, they go there, I block them, they go here, I go here, right? I win, and it takes my score of 1, right? So this is just the base example of how the website works, really. Reset scores, new game, right? Do anything here, and then you can prompt it. It will change it very effectively and very quickly. Okay. So next, I would like to kind of explain the basis for my idea, right? So go over here. So you already loaded my project. This is my actual presentation material. So scroll up here. So this is how it started, right? All the way back up here at the very beginning. All this started from, I just wanted it to build me an app that takes some basic criteria and builds a basic budget for a college student, right? So nothing fancy, just really basic stuff. And then, it thought, as it did before, and spat out a very different project from this at the end, but basically very similar ideas. So I would like to explain kind of what my thought process was behind even picking the idea as a whole. So when I first started thinking about my project, I thought, what were some things that affect me day to day personally, and everyone around me, especially on campus. Basic things come to mind like transportation, economics, right? Budgeting, where I ended, food choices, right? The list goes on and on. But what I ultimately ended on was my project being budgeting. I think budgeting is fantastic. Everyone should do it. If they don't, and if they don't actively budget, they do it kind of in the back of their head regardless. So I started, right? I made this baseline, and then I started working through it, working on different ideas and prompting it to do different things. So if you just go through here, right, here's where I actually named it. This is where the title came from. It used to be something entirely different. Um, I didn't think textbook and supplies was entirely necessary. I thought insurance held a much bigger role in this, and it at the end of the day, textbooks make up a very small percentage of the whole. So I decided to leave that out. You could change it if you really wanted to, or just factor it into one of these, right? Like you could just put it in insurance, right? Making small minor details. This is another big part that I will show later. Um, so the app uses AI to take user feedback and then change your upcoming budgets using that feedback. It works pretty well, and I will show that later. These are just small changes. I wanted, as you will see, I wanted the user to have some like fun ideas, places to eat, targeted to university students of the Illinois State University in Bloomington, which is where I am. I wanted the app to be able to be used effectively by me and my friends, right, for right now, and I could scale it, right. Um, I did try to make it to where you could put your location in the school, and then it would go from there, right, and it would give you like a different layout, right, different colors, and that didn't quite work out. I think I was asking too much of the model. So something I could work into later. Um, Even more specific to ISU students, I made all the colors red and black. Added a ISU logo there at the front, just really trying to hit home with Bloomington Normal area. Just more small changes, more back end stuff here. There's a lot of prompting. I also added a survey at the end to help the model grow more effectively. And also I added text boxes here, or microphone boxes here, so that you can click on this if you can't type, or like if you're on the go, right? If you're walking the class, let's say you need to fill out your budget, but you're at a busy day and you gotta get to class, you can type them in verbally. You just talk and it'll fill out the boxes. I would show that, but it's using my microphone for the video, and it turns the video off. I've tried it. Sorry. I had a lot of issues with the speech to text, which I will explain later, just to get it started. And also, it wasn't storing feedback at all. For the first few iterations, for some reason, the AI just wasn't working. I eventually did figure it out, as you will see. The rest of this is just minor issues that I hammer out the kinks there. So, all right. So I'd like to show my app first, actually. So if we go here, so this is the final project, right? So there's a sign-in feature here that I will use. So I'll sign into my actual account, right? So you can see the AI working. Right, it's already got me remembered. I've been working on it quite a bit now. So you sign in, and then you start prompting it, right? So let's say budgets. I'll just use the baseline numbers as a good reference here. It seems to work the best. If you give it similar numbers to what you have in the past. Okay, so it's going to analyze the budget, and it's going to give all this, right? So these are old feedback that I've given it. So it's going to give it. I got $2 remaining. It's budgeted all out. It's done a good job. Right. So these are the numbers that are fixed. These are what you input, and then these are flexible numbers that you can tell to prompt to change, and it will give you something slightly different every time. Right. It's flexible. These numbers they're low numbers anyway, so they're not like super strict. And then down here you have the budgeting tips, right? Just very simple things that anyone, right, any college student could use, any person really, such as meal prepping, track your spendings, look for discounts. Excuse me. use campus resources like the gym instead of paid memberships, right? All very, very simple details. And then out here is where it starts talking about your more detailed Bloomington normal area recommendations. So, which is nice here, it gives you the name of the eat, right, the restaurant, and then the like average cost, right? So if you're looking for a cheap place, you know, let's go to Blaze Pizza tonight, right? If you're looking for something a little bit more pricey, right, you go to Distill, you go to Avani's, and then if you really wanna spend more money, there's also an option for that, right? Special occasions. So let's talk about the entertainment activities as well. So there's a bunch of random things here, right? The Castle Theater, the ICU Recreation Center, and also gives you the price estimations for that as well. So what you can do here um, is you can kind of plan out your day, right? Plan out things you want to do, and the cost that it is going to cost, right? So and then out here you also get financial literacy tips. So these actually change. So like let's say let's add some feedback. Every time you input something, this will change. So like if you want more details without just creating more budgets, uh, you can do it that way. So let's just say 4 stars, right? And scroll up here. Let's assess what it gave us. So the personal care, I need more money, right? $24 isn't enough. Let's go give more money to personal care. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna click save feedback, and then next time, so like right as I click the generate budget that first time, it gave us all of that, right? So and it used that feedback. So next time that I create a budget, it's going to use that feedback and it will adjust accordingly. Um, so with this last moment of time, I would like to discuss the my GitHub page. So here is the repository for all the code files, right? I mean, tons of code. Um, the README, right? Links. I even have a video demoing how to actually use the app, similar to what I just performed. A little bit of a rundown, right? A little sales pitch and the project info there. URL to the actual website. The main thing I like to discuss here is the issues tab. So these are kind of like the main 4 like blocks that I ran into while creating my app, right? So the first one, we'll go in order of which they happened, was the bland design, right? So it originally kicked out a design that was like, it was like blue and white. It looked very generic. It wasn't really something that I felt connected to, and I felt like other people could be connected to. So what I did is I went by and I changed it to be all like ISU, right? Colors. I gave it a title, a fun little budget buddy title, right? People are more likely to be connected to that, and just made it more personal, right? So the next thing is I decided to target an exact audience, right? So I was like, all right, how do I make my budgeting? There's a million budgeting apps. How do I make mine stand out? And I decided to just target an exact group of people, make a certain niche group of people more prone to downloading my app as opposed to others. And I chose I chose myself basically, and my friends. So I target towards ISU students, right? Common colors, common themes, color images. And then this was talking about the feedback, right? This was the beginning of the feedback era. So where I was adding AI's implementation to take in feedback, right, and change your budget accordingly. This took a bit of time, for sure, but at the end it worked out, and I am happy with that. I'm proud that I got it to a point that I did. And then the last thing, I thought, what is my app missing in terms of accessibility? And right, if someone, I mean, anyone could use the microphone if they can't type, right? For instance, if they're busy, right? What's the example I gave earlier? If they're on the go, right? But no need, right? So now what's wrong? If someone can't see, right? It's hard to type. So I implemented the microphone so that they could just talk into it, right? And then The next thing that I would have wanted to do was make it so that you can listen to the output, right? If the Lovable AI output, sorry, was something you could listen to, right? It would read your budget to you. I think that could have been a cool idea for sure. Um, but yeah, that's the rundown of my project as a whole, really. The Budget Buddy, why I chose the Budget Buddy, how I kind of got there and the steps in between, as well as just kind of explaining what Lovable is and how it works and giving a good example. I hope everyone has a good day, and thank you.